Hey guys, welcome back. This video is going to go right along with my Metalcloak overline fender install video. This is going to be to install the turn signals to go on the new fenders. So for right now, I've only installed one on each side. You can also do a marker light that mounts right over here, and one can flash and one can just be on when you're running them. I'll do another video on that. I've ordered them, so they'll be coming in the mail soon. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and jump into the video and I'll show you how to install the turn signals. So you got the hole right here on your fender. You just slide the wires through, slide this little boot off the back of the blinker, and then press it through the hole and get it seated. And then once that's seated, push the blinker in. And now I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that on the other side off camera. All right guys, forgive the mess, but we're gonna go ahead and prep some of these wires. You're going to take some wire strippers and strip the end of it. I like to twist up the wire to make it nice and straight and keep it from fraying off. Take one of these little guys, stick the end in, and then you're going to want to crimp that. I always like to give it a nice strong tug afterwards to make sure it's on there. Then take the other end of the same wire, go ahead and strip that. And then next you're going to take this stripped end and one of these connectors, stick it in, and then crimp that down as well. I kind of missed a little bit. You want to make sure it's just at the base here. So basically there's a little ledge. You want to crimp right below that ledge. So there we are. Alright, we're going to take one of the red wires, strip the end of it, take another one of these connectors, stick it through, line it up on that ledge, crimp, give it a good tug. That's good. Go ahead and strip this side too. So then we're going to do another one, strip the end, give it a twist. Take another one of these little guys, feed the wire in, crimp it just under that ledge, give it a tug, make sure it stays in, flip it around, strip the other side, give it a twist, toss it to the side. I feel like I just made a little folk song. So anyway, this is what you need for each side. You need 2 red wires with these connectors on the end, 1 white one, and then on the other side of the white one, you'll have this connector. And then I'll probably do these once I'm actually over at the Jeep so I can show you better. But you'll need to do all 3 of these again with the extra wires for the other side as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. One other thing for you guys, now would be a good time to put some shrink wrap on the end of these if you have any, or if you don't, wrap it real good with electrical tape. So I'm back over at the Jeep now. I pulled out my wiring harness. This big connector was to the big fat front one. We're going to ignore that. Do not cut that one. The one we want to cut, this is for my fog lights. The one we want to cut is this little guy. So real quick, I'm going to snip the end off of this. And here, I'll even do it one-handed. Keep that bulb from breaking on my driveway. So I have to set the camera down and I'm going to strip these 2 wires real quick and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so as you guys saw, I went ahead and crimped those wires and stuck them on there. So let me show you real quick what we got. So this brownish tan one, it goes to your red wire. And then the black one with the yellowish green stripe goes to your black wire. And then your white wire will go to the ground. And I used this little bolt. There are already some grounds there. Seemed like a perfect choice. So I grounded it right there. That is a 10mm bolt. And I'll go ahead and tuck all this away and show you guys how I'm gonna do it and what it looks like. Sorry if you guys can hear background music. I live close to a music center, so they have lots of concerts over there. But here's this one installed. I ran it up through this top one, and I meant to do the same thing on the other side, but I ran that one through the lower one, probably because I was dropped on my head a lot as a child. But yep, just gonna leave it because I don't feel like cutting the zip ties and changing it. In here, I just kind of stuck a zip tie there to keep it from falling back through that hole, so to keep the wires tight. Just kind of tied everything up right in this area. Used this ground on this side, same little bolt, same size. So take a look at the other side real quick. Looking shiny. There's where I ran it through the lower hole. So they both come on with the headlights. Look good. With the headlights on, you can see they kind of pulse. It's not really a flash. I guess that counts. I don't know. But they both do that, so it's not like a defect. So then when the headlights are off, it actually flashes. Pretty bright, looks good. So you'll see it's flashing kind of quickly right now. Metalcloak actually sells a replacement relay to go in your fuse box for LED lights to stop that hyperflashing where it flashes very quickly. So I just ordered that because I thought I had ordered it, and apparently I didn't. So it'll be here in a few days or weeks, I don't know, depending on how quick Metalcloak sends it out. But then you'll just plug that little guy in and it'll go back to a normal flashing speed. But all in all, it came out pretty good. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. I don't want to make it too long. The big thing is to show you guys real quick what wire's connected to what, and I wanted to show you which one to cut so you did it right. Okay guys, so I'm going to cut this into the video. My relay finally came in the mail from Metalcloak. Now this is to prevent hyperflashing, which is what happens when you replace regular bulbs with LED bulbs. So on things like turn signals, it'll do this. It's blinking way faster than normal. So to fix that, you get one of these relays from Metalcloak and replace your normal relay in your fuse box with this, and it'll slow it down. So real quick, I'm going to show you how to do that. This relay is actually on the steering column in the Jeep, so I'm going to disconnect my battery first before I start playing around that airbag, and then I'll hop in there and give you guys a look. There are two screws to remove on the bottom of the column here. They are these bigger holes that you can fit the screwdriver into, and they're Phillips head screws, so remove those, and then you just have to kind of pull apart on the top and bottom of this clamshell, and it'll pop open. Okay, and then looking down from the top of the steering column, right here is the relay you need to remove. Just pull it right out. The new one goes on with the lettering facing up, and let me show you the old one just so you can see the orientation of the pins. It goes on just like that. So now I'm going to hook the battery back up, make sure the flashers work correctly, and if they do, I'll button everything back up. And there you have it. Blinkers are back to a normal speed. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together off camera. It's just a couple screws, so I'm sure you guys don't need to watch me do it. Hey guys, future Justin here. I was just upstairs editing the video, and I thought of a couple things I wanted to add real quick. So originally I had ordered the dual function marker and turn signal lights from Metalcloak, and those are the more expensive ones, and they come in a set of 2. So essentially when you turn on your headlights, it turns on the light as a marker light, so it's just illuminated all the time. And then if you have your headlights on and you're using the turn signal, I showed you in the video where it just kind of gets brighter and strobes a little bit. It doesn't really turn off and flash. And it was kind of noticeable in the video. It didn't look as good in person. I think this picked up the light better, but it wasn't a very good, clear turn signal in my opinion, and I'm sure it's probably illegal in some states. I don't know. I'm in Ohio. I assume it's passable, but I wanted something that was off, on, off, on, off, on. A very clear turn signal. I didn't want just a little blinky kind of strobe light. So one thing I did was unplug the black wire to those, and then that one was just for the marker lights. So now when I turn on the headlights, they don't come on, and then I use my turn signal and it's an on-off flash. So if you bought those and you also don't like that, you can just unplug that one wire and it'll work. Another thing I did was order from Metalcloak the marker lights, and those come in a set of 4, I think is the only way you can get them, which I only needed 2 because I already have 2. So what I'm gonna do when those lights come in is add 2 of them, 1 on each side right here in this hole. And I haven't decided what route I wanna go yet. I don't know if I wanna leave the side one just being a turn signal that is on and off, and then putting this one back to the dual function and letting it be a marker light and turn signal, or maybe flip those 2 and do it the opposite way. I just haven't quite decided. I'll probably look at it both ways, see which way I like better, see which way is more visible. But one way or the other, one's gonna be a marker and turn signal, and then the other one will be just a turn signal light. So yeah. So just so you guys know, this black wire with the yellow stripe, that is the one that makes the lights come on with your headlights, and then the other gray wire is what you connect for your turn signal, and the black one is what that striped wire goes to make it illuminate with the headlights. So whatever combination of things I want to do here, I'll just tie 2 wires in to this one. I'll just splice it into the gray wire, and that'll give me both of them being turn signals. And then the other one, I'll tie into one of them to make a marker light, so it illuminates when the headlights come on. Also, if you just bought the set of the 4 marker lights, they won't be dual function like this, so you won't have an option to have one do both like that. You'll just have to choose one to be a marker light and choose one to be a turn signal, and then you would just hook one of these wires up to each one of those, and also make sure you ground them. I suppose you could splice 2 into the turn signal and then have them both be turn signals as well. That's an option probably. I haven't tried it, but that should work. And again, the turn signal light would be the gray one. So if you bought those and you wanted both marker lights to be turn signals, you just tie both of those in to the gray wire. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Hopefully this will help you understand the difference between their dual function lights and just their set of 4 marker lights. And hopefully me kind of pointing out the wires can help you figure out how to wire everything. I know when I was originally looking at it a while ago, I couldn't find a very clear video on it. So hopefully this will help you guys some, and I'll see you on the next one.